Alright, good morning everybody! Say good morning!
Oh, good morning.
What are we making today,
We're
Kiowa?
having chicken dumpling.
Chicken and dumpling soup. So, I left some carrots for you to chop. I'll have you start chopping those up for me, Kiowa. You could just, do the small little rounds. Excellent. We're doing chicken and dumpling soup today. So we're going to put carrots in it like Kiowa has. I already diced up some garlic here on the cutting board. We have a little bit of fresh parsley, and our onion is already diced as well. Over here, I had about 2 pounds of boneless skinless chicken breast, and I diced that up. So I'm going to turn on our big old soup pot here. It's got a little bit of canola oil in it. We're just going to let that heat up, and then we'll add the chicken to it and let it start cooking. So this is Kiowa's favorite soup, right?
Yeah, my favorite soup, chicken soup.
Yep, chicken dumpling.
Yeah, chicken dumpling soup.
Yeah, so she's been asking me for a while to do this recipe, so it's finally here, and I hope it lives up to all your expectations. Okay, so while Kiowa is doing that, I'm going to start getting the dumpling mixture together. So, we got a big bowl. This white bowl has our chicken broth in it. We'll add our chicken broth to our soup in a little bit. We got some flour. We're going to do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Wipe out my measuring cup. There's a little bit of water in there. So we'll do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Next, we're going to do a tablespoon of baking powder. We'll do a little salt and pepper and then cream, and then we just mix it all together. 1 tablespoon. Oops. Chicken. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 1/3 cups of heavy cream. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I'll put the chicken in here, and you can start stirring it for me, okay?
Ow.
Did it hit you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's gonna burn me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I dropped something.
Drop the chicken.
Oh, me.
Do you want to grab a wooden spoon or over here? So we're just going to cook that chicken until it's brown, all cooked through. Okay. And what was I? Oh, salt, pepper, and heavy cream. Okay. So we'll do a half a teaspoon of salt. We lost our metal thing on this guy. Half a teaspoon of black pepper.
Do you want me to wait for this one done?
Yep, so once the chicken is done cooking, you'll add in the carrots and the onion and the garlic. So we just gotta let that cook a little bit. I'll let you mix this up too after I'm done adding everything. So we got our salt, we got our pepper, and we need 1 1/3 cup of cream. We got some heavy whipping cream. This dough up, because this is going to be our dumplings. And mix all that up for me.
It has gloves for me back here.
Oh, you want to do the gloves?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's some gloves in here. Scooch over. Oh. Yeah, so the dumplings are pretty easy. All you have to do is make that dough, and then once you get like everything in the pot, you can just use like a spoon to make little balls from the dough, and you just pop them in there and they cook. So after the chicken cooks, we'll have carrots, onions, garlic, and then we're gonna add a little bit of butter and flour. That kind of like, it kind of is like making a roux. It's just a flour and butter mixture, and it kind of makes a thicker, creamier kind of soup. So that's the purpose of adding like a little bit of flour and butter to your soup. It kind of thickens it. And then after that, we'll add our spices. So we have thyme and we have bay leaves. We'll add the rest of this cream, so it'll be a creamy soup. And then we'll add some chicken broth. And then we have some frozen peas that we were gonna add as well. So we'll add some frozen peas, a little more veggies. This is an awesome dish because, you know, what I teach is if you can get at least 3 food groups in a meal, you're doing pretty good. So we got protein in ours with our chicken. We got veggies with our carrots and our peas and our onion. We got some grains. We have our dumpling, so that's made from flour or wheat. So we're doing pretty good. We have some cream. We'll have some dairy in there as well, a little bit. You guys hungry? Yeah. This looks really good. So this is kind of what our dough looks like. This is what our dumpling dough looks like. Pretty basic. Not quite. They're a little pale. They'll get a little darker. Alright, let's add our onions. You can add the carrots and the garlic, okay? We'll save the parsley for later. So just don't put the green stuff in there, okay? So we are going to add 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and 5 tablespoons of butter to this. I'm going to put a little salt in there. Do a little pepper too, why not? Salt and pepper. So we got our carrots, our onions, our garlic added in. We put in a little bit of salt and pepper. We're just cooking those onions down, getting the carrots soft. Yep. You were so fast cutting those carrots. You've gotten really fast at chopping. Remember, it used to take you forever. Now you're just like this little speedster. And you would get mad at me when I would make you cut all the vegetables. Smells good, huh? Okay. So we'll just put that down a little bit. So, reduce to medium to low heat, add the butter and flour. Stir constantly to prevent lumps from forming. So this is going to be the formation of the roux. I'm going to get a stick that's a little bit more heavy duty. Okay, so we're about ready to add our flour and butter. So Kiowa, we're going to do 6 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to have you do that, okay? So, like this, 6 of them, okay? So that's 1. So there's the flour. Keep adding more. I'm going to do 5 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to kind of break it up a little bit. So 5 tablespoons of butter, 6 tablespoons of flour. Keep stirring. Because this is our creamy roux thickening sauce.
did it. I don't know.
You lost count?
Yeah.
How many do you think?
I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, it looks like it's pretty thick. Look at that. I think you did enough. You want to show them what this looks like? So it's kind of like thickening around there. It looks nice and thick. All that flour and butter mixed together. Can't I come cook one day? Yes. Who's that, Rochelle?
Yeah, my trust.
Rochelle, come cook with us. Please.
You have my church. You come on the show.
Come right now. Okay, so now, okay. So now we gotta add the broth, the cream, and the spices. So this is our 6 cups of chicken broth. You wanna mix that for me, Tyler? And then splash it. I was careful this time. And then we're gonna do the rest of the cream. Just make sure this is a half cup. We got like 2/3 cup. Pour it in there. And then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of dried thyme and 2 bay leaves. Thyme.
I just sent you that thing too on your.
You sent me.
That thing right here on my thing.
Oh yeah, you tagged me?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. Perfect. So half a teaspoon of thyme. And a couple of bay leaves. And then we're gonna bring it back up to a simmer. So we want it a little bit hot so it'll start bubbling again. Put a couple of bay leaves in there. Two. And then once it gets to a simmer, we'll add in the frozen peas. And then we can scoop little balls of the dough for the dumplings, and we'll put those in there. And then it'll just simmer for about another 15 minutes. And we'll add the parsley, and we'll be done. I like soup because if you get like soup from the can or like from restaurants and stuff, usually those soups have a lot of sodium and fat added to them and sugar. But if you make your own soup, you get to control what you put in it, how much fat and sugar and whatever. And we're using mostly, pretty fresh and whole ingredients. Not a whole lot of the processed stuff. We're using a little bit of butter, but that's okay. Every once in a while, you can definitely enjoy butter. It's just maybe not a good idea to have it every day, a bunch of times every day. But we also cook with the canola oil, which is heart healthy. Okay, so that's pretty much simmering. Okay, so now we can pour in the frozen peas. You want to grab that bag of frozen peas? We'll add those in. Alright, so we got our peas in there. And then we're going to start adding our dough balls. So you can either use a spoon or just your hand. Put it on your side. And you just kind of like make little dumpling balls, and you just put them in there. Okay, perfect.
So you wait for that to boil before you put?
Yeah, it's just kind of like simmering. Boiling, and then so you bring it up to heat again, you add the frozen peas, and then you can start adding the dumplings. And we'll cook for another 15 minutes or so. Okay, so now we can add this parsley, this green parsley. And it says to let it simmer for 15 minutes covered. So I get a lid. We can just call it. Kiowa's ready to eat.
Oh, is it done?
It was 20 seconds. 50 minutes.
Sorry.
I turned it off. 10 seconds. It's done.
Ah,
That's a bar stool.
Oh, yeah. Show it up. That's our final product.
that's a final fight. Come in.
Good job, Kiowa.